Good day. Welcome to a brand new edition of The Rundown with Ramon. It's obvious. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of RamonRay.com. We're here to give you the top things you need to know to live your best life or start or grow your business. This is The Rundown with Ramon, and I hope all who are hearing the sound of my voice are doing well and fantastic. We have a brand new episode for you today, and Pierre, it is always good to see you. Mr. Analytics himself in the house, and others are here as we get ready to kick off a brand new edition, a brand new show. If you're here, say hi to me, holler at me, and let me know that you're here because I'm glad you're here. This is the show for you. Give you the top things you need to know to live your best life or start or grow your business. Feel free to use the comments. Feel free to use the chat. Feel free to wave your pom-poms. Feel free to use a carrier pigeon. However you want to do it, just do it because this is a brand new edition of The Rundown with Ramon, where we give you some tips on life, give you some tips on business, and overall, we just want to have a good time to make the world a better place and help your day kick off well. Maybe your day today, it's not going so well. Well, hopefully a little bit of the Rundown with Ramon can make your day that much better. Maybe your day is already going fantastically blessed. Well, in that case, I'm glad to be part of your already fantastic day as Mark the Gill joins and others are here on the Rundown with Ramon. My day so far has been well. Traditionally, as I do the show, got my nice cup of Cafe Bustelo with me. You may have your beverage of choice, but let's get started with the Rundown with Ramon. And again, glad you're here today. Good to see the people here, and I hope you're well. I'm doing pretty good. My health is good, family's good, business is good, and more. And let's get started on today's Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. One question that often comes up in business circles is, do you have to go into debt to start your business? And I'd love your input on this. What do you think? Do you need to be in debt to start a business? I think the proverbial question here is need, Pierre. Do you need to go into debt? No, you can start many businesses without going into debt, but for many businesses, you often have to have some outlay of money if you're going to start. Not by all of them. Some businesses, you need nothing. You can be a graphic designer, get your first client, and do nothing. But for most, I shouldn't say most, some businesses, you do need some form of capital at first to hire that first employee, to maybe get that first building, to even buy that first cup to put your coffee in. You got to have some level of outlay of cash. But I'd like to know, what do you think? Do you have to go into debt to start a business? Let me see that in the comments. Let me see that as we're here on the Rundown with Ramon. If you think you most of the time need to go in debt to start a business, put debt in the chat. Put a D. If you're saying, Ramon, no, you don't need to go into debt to start a business, then let me put a no D in the chat, and let's see what the people think. But here's the thing. Again, we get this from our friends at allbusiness.com about debt. They say here, take on only the debt you need. Only spend money on what you need. You can use non-traditional financing if it makes sense. Pay down your debt and be happy about it. Good debt does exist. So that's what I wanted you to know today, because some people would say, no, you shouldn't go into debt, don't have any debt, but you can. And so let me unpack some of the things they say in reverse order. Good debt does exist. Good debt does exist. If you're taking on $10,000 to buy your first computer, get some things, or get a staff member, and they're helping you make $50,000, that's a good investment. But you have to be careful because, yes, indeed, you could lose the money. Then you have pay down your debt and be happy about it. Yeah, eventually you don't want to run a business that you're paying more in the fees, more in finance charges to run the business. That doesn't make any sense. And then you go on here, use non-traditional financing if it makes sense. Sometimes banks don't work or they're not lending money. You may want to use credit cards, which is not non-traditional, but Amikasa of multi-funding has many options to get that. You may want to use a tool like Cabbage or a tool like Lendio. You can use non-traditional, non-bank means to get the money you need, and then only spend money on what you need. I don't think you should go in debt and buy a brand new pair of shoes unless that's directly tied to your business. But the point is that debt is not bad. It all depends on how it's used and what you do with it. Again, good day, good day, good day. This is the Rundown with Ramon, and I'm glad you're joining me today. If you're liking this show, liking this edition, put something in the chat. Say hello, say hi. Let me know what you think about the aspect of debt. I'm curious what you think. And again, that tip, that article is from our friends at allbusiness.com. Pierre is saying no debt. Worry more about the burn rate, how you are consuming cash. The inspection helps service good debt. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So it looks like Pierre's saying maybe, preferably no debt, but it looks like he's saying if you are using debt, then be very, very careful of it. Says Pierre Zamana, the expert on all things analytics. Again, good day and welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. Oh, yes, because about 30 minutes of your time, could be a little more, could be a little less, to give you the top things you need to know to start or grow your business. Again, I'm glad you're here at the Rundown with Ramon. We've answered question number 1 of the day. Is having debt in your business okay? And we got some input from Pierre. Moving on here. Ding, 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 ding. Next up. Are phone calls still important in business? From our friends at noobpreneur.com. My resounding answer to that, if phone calls are important in business, is a yes. Now, calm down, people. Ramon, you're the guy. What's up, Ron? You're the guy, Ramon, who's always using digital media, all the kind of things like this. But let me be clear. Sometimes I've flown to locations just to make a connection, to add value, to see people. Nothing beats meeting somebody in person, shaking a hand. If you can't do that, which is a higher bar, you got to buy a plane ticket, take a few days out of your, few hours or days out of your week, get a hotel maybe. So if the actual in-person meeting of Ron or Beverly or Pierre is not helpful for you, then a phone call works. Does this mean you always have to do a phone call? Of course not. But the discipline of doing a phone call and connecting in person, letting somebody hear your voice, is a good thing. And so I encourage you, are phone calls still important in business? Depending on who you're calling, Chef Ron, absolutely, phone calls can be important. Now, most of the calls I take are scheduled. An unsolicited call, it's from a close friend or a relative I don't take necessarily. Or you get a phone call from somebody not really sure what they want and they're pitching you on something. But in general, calling somebody to clarify a matter, or when I call, especially if it's unscheduled, it's often just to say, I care. It's often just to say, I appreciate you. So I'm telling you, existing clients you have, calling them not because you have a need, but because you just wanted to say thank you, it will do wonders for your business. Again, thanks for joining. This is the Rundown with Ramon. Talking about phone calls, are they important or not? Noobpreneur. Bottom line, the undeniable value of personal touch is one of the headlines they're writing here. And that personal touch indeed is important. Efficiency and clarity in communication, says the header in this article. Beverly says, yes, it's second best to meeting in person. Absolutely, as Melinda joins. Efficiency and clarity in communication as well. I agree. Competitive advantage in customer service. I'm telling you, you want to reach out, boop, and touch somebody? One way you can do that is definitely with an in-person telephone call. What else is next? The role of phone calls in internal operations. You have confusion, you have lack of clarity, make a phone call. Let me give you a little secret. Maybe it's not even in person. Maybe it's not even the phone call. Rent Care has just joined. But what about leaving a WhatsApp voice message, leaving a Facebook Messenger message? I do this many times a week. And if I can't leave a message, boys 3 labs, I then send a text. So the point is to be communicative as best as you can. Now, balancing phone calls with digital communication tools. I've just addressed that right there. Digital communication tools are very important, and I recommend doing them. Yes, for sure. But the key here, phone calls are important. Kind of like K Jewelry says, every kiss begins with K. Well, Every good business relationship begins with a phone call. That don't really go so well, but you people, you know what I'm trying to say. Again, good day, good day. This is the Rundown with Ramon. We're here. Kevin just joined and others are joining in as we're here on the Rundown with Ramon. Feel free to keep giving me your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking about the Rundown with Ramon. I hope it's helping your life be better or business be better in some way. Again, check out our friends at Noob Entrepreneur for that insight. Moving forward here, ding, 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 ding. How to handle a social media crisis as a content creator. Listen, social media gives us a very narrow lens oftentimes of things. So the question here, how do you handle when those things don't go well? How do you handle it? Social media can have a blow up that's unnecessary. And our friends at buffer.com, right? Written by Kate Shields. How do you handle it? So social media crisis, I would say when things blow up, you say something offhanded by accident. You say something off color that maybe bothers somebody, but it's not just that one person. Diff Shrift just joined. It's a lot of people. You feel in the rumble. The comments are blowing up more than usual. What do you do? So now you have a choice. Sometimes you could ignore it, especially if it's a smaller issue and not something that you need to make larger. Or you may need to respond to it, or you may need to delay your response, Jonathan. So what do you do? Well, it all depends, and there's no right answer here because it depends on what to do. But those are some things to note, some solutions you may want to consider as you're growing your business, because that will happen to you. It may happen sometime in your business where a crisis will come. You'll need to decide, do I ignore it? Do I respond to it? Do I delay it? How do I respond to it? RFIT. What do I do? So I'm curious, what would you say in a crisis? How have you responded to crises in the past? I'm curious. Respond. Do you ignore the crisis and put that in your comments? Curious. Or have you responded immediately to the comments? Have you delayed a response? And again, if you're watching the Rundown with Ramon, hit the share button, share button, share button, and let people know that you're watching the Rundown with Ramon. Again, my name is Ramon Ray. Started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, authored 5 books. I'm here to help you live your best life or start to grow your business. You can check me out at zoneofgenius.com or ramonray.com as we move forward with the Rundown with Ramon. And I hope you're enjoying it. If you are, give me some hearts, give me some emojis, give me some likes. Make sure you forward it, take a screenshot, let people know that you're so glad the channel you're watching this on has the Rundown with Ramon. Moving forward, ding, 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 get curious about the world around you. Curiosity is so important, writes Chip Conley, hospitality entrepreneur and founder and CEO of Mia. Curiosity isn't a luxury of philosophers. It's a business and leadership essential. The question is, are you curious enough? Curiosity may also be great for company culture. Scott Shigioka, author of Seek, How Curiosity Can Transform Your Life and Change the World, said researchers are finding suggestive links between practicing curiosity and protection against anxiety and depression. So curiosity is important. What are some things that people may think that for reasons they're not curious enough? People think not enough time. You may be saying, I don't have enough time to be curious, Ramon. Well, you should make the time to be curious. Another part here people say is the fear of looking and sounding stupid. I do get it. I understand that. We all have gone through that. Lack of awareness around the value of corporate curiosity. Lack of awareness. Number 4, sterile office environments. Maybe your office environment looks like a hospital that's been shut down for 45,000 years. If that's the case, you don't have an environment for curiosity, Arpit and Jonathan and Tiffs. You don't have it. So if you want to be more curious, sometimes you have to build an environment that breeds curiosity. This is important to consider, important to keep in mind. Curiosity is important. And I encourage you all to build curiosity into your life. What happens when we train our AI on social media, writes our friends at Fast Company? While cost-effective and efficient, training AI models on social media carries some major risk, writes Ellie Stevens. Let's dive into this a bit more and see what happens. Many tech companies have done this. There's a question looming. in the background of these deals, even if AI companies can train their models on social media, is doing so really such a good idea? AI's recent deal with Google to allow their AI to train on its content, tech companies' sudden interest in once popular social media sites like Photobucket. So, what are some of the dangers that can happen? While you do not have to expose artificial intelligence to statements that defame people, it certainly makes it more likely. If a model saw an example on social media, it would be more likely to generate that. So, to me, it seems Dr. Janie Lacey is here, Joyce is here. To me, it seems one way around that, one way to solve for that is to take that out of the model of AI and to not let it do that. Now, that may be harder, but AI is on the move, people. We are not going to stop the progress of AI. It's on the move. Choo, 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 choo. That train is going. So the key is, how can we leverage AI in our businesses and make the world a better place? And again, thanks for joining me. My name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon, here to help you live your best life or start or grow your business. All we ask is for a little bit of your time to give you the top things you need to know to start or grow your business. Your business is what we do. So the benefits and risks of conversational chat bots. Training, as our friends here at Fast Company say, training AI on social media. AI researcher at Hugging Face, Dr. Sasha, said, will teach models slang and human jargon like BRB, giving it a more informal tone. So that's some of the benefits, I guess. These technologies are pretty widely available, and you don't need a huge amount of computational resources to deploy them. So there's pros and cons here of how we leverage AI in society, but I must say I'm on the bandwagon, but I'd like to know what you think. Put this in the chats, put this in the comments. Curious what you think right now. Let me know. Is AI, the benefits of it, more pro or is it more con? Do you like AI? Do you not? If you want to DM me on Instagram, Ramon Ray Smart Hustle, if you don't have the chat feature available, whatever, depends on what channel you're watching this on or when you're watching it. But I do think AI is great. Wise woman's word. I think it's a powerful aspect for our companies, for our businesses, for what we're doing. Some people are still skittish on AI. I think we need to be careful with it, but I use AI just about every single day in my business, and I absolutely love it. I use Claude AI to help me distill large documents. I use Rev .io, I think it is Rev, to help me transcribe videos and things like this very quickly. Then I throw that into sometimes Chat GPT. So I use a number of cool tools that help me scale myself, and I have my team use AI. Now, I do tell them, keep the human element there. But I'm one who definitely believes in the power of AI. Ding, 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 ding. Again, thanks for listening to The Rundown with Ramon. The art of patience, patience, patience. What's up, high voltage? Glad you're here. The art of patience, how delayed gratification builds wealth. I was talking with my son about this yesterday, building generational wealth as we children try to do a bit better than our parents, unless your parents were the Rockefellers, to a bit better than our parents. I like AI and use it all the time. I use Ruby AI, but I also have seen some scary things too, says wise woman's word. Thank you for that, for sure. So as we're thinking to build generational wealth, and I'm sure Dr. Jenny Lacey's on that path. I'm sure Wise Woman's Word is on that path. I'm sure High Voltage is on that path, and others, your choice. I'm sure we all, ARPIT, want to build generational wealth. But one of the things we have to learn is the aspect of patience. Having the cash, building them, getting the cash somehow. So we have thriving businesses. We're selling enough to get the cash in hand, and then taking a portion of that cash, and investing it into some asset, whether it be real estate, whether it be the mutual markets, the mutual stock market, et cetera, the markets as it were called, or other things we're doing, another business. Who knows? But there's power in investing and waiting and running the patient game. So that's the tip I want to share with you. The power of being patient, understanding and investing, and compounding works. Understanding that's what I'm trying to say. How does compounding work? Understand this. Adding to your investments on a regular basis. Detach yourself from your money. This is our friends at DariusForex.com. Moving forward, ding, 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 ding. I hope you're enjoying the rundown with Ramon. I'm sure enjoying delivering it to you. Again, my name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com. Get to know me better at RamonRay.com. Thank you, wise woman. You are welcome. If you're looking for a speaker for your next big event or small event, hit me up, RamonRay.com. You want insights like this on a regular basis? Check us out at zoneofgenius.com. Need help building a personal brand? Check me out at celebrityceo.com. And thank you for being a part of the Rundown with Ramon. This eco-friendly small business makes stacked snacks from imperfect veggies. You know, when you go to the store and you see the veggies that are kind of crinkled and crunched and kind of looking like they're kind of sad and not so great. Well, there's a food company out there that takes this waste and leverages it. This is called Confetti Snacks, is a food startup that is trying to help solve the problem of food waste by turning rejected ugly produce into colorful plant-based snacks. So this shows us that startups can do value for good. Yes, it's about the money we're spending, the money we're doing, but, and I shouldn't say that. I said it shows us that startups can do value, it can do good. Obviously, kind of a misstatement I said there, but my point is to highlight Confetti Snacks. We think about snacks and food and junk food and things like this. They're taking what normally would be wasted groceries, because grocery stores have a hard time selling damaged, as it were, physically damaged goods, and they're saying, hey, we'll turn that into snacks. These vegetables are not damaged or bad, and they still taste good. They just don't look perfect enough to appear on a shelf in the produce section, which shows how blessed we are. We have so much, because we see a snack that doesn't look so good, we turn our nose up at it, and maybe we don't use it. So kudos to Confetti Snacks. Ding, 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 ding. Why the CEO of a $12 billion pet services company still responds to customer emails. Chewy does this. Our friends at Fortune Right. Chewy's CEO still responds to customers' emails. Now, does he respond to each one of the millions of emails that are coming in? Of course he doesn't. But the principle here that we can learn, is that we should never be too uppity, never be too high to respond to customers. We should never be too high. That's the lesson of the day. Again, this is the Rundown with Ramon, and I'm so glad you took the time to be with me here today. Moving forward, 18 creative ways to show employee appreciation. Listen, there's nothing like telling somebody, I appreciate you. Thank you. Nothing beats that. By saying thank you, I appreciate what you're doing, whether it's in the personal life or whether it's in your business, to say thank you. Writes our friends at Business News Daily. Offer raises and bonuses. Use a corporate gamification system. Let employees give and receive props. Feed people. Express your gratitude on social media. Delegate a team award. Offer fitness opportunities. Give employees extra time off. Welcome their feedback. Host events for the entire company. Celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, and milestones. Arrange a wellness day. Hire somebody like my friend Stars Tina. Provide gift cards. Offer training opportunities. Create an employee recognition program. Host happy hour events. Sponsor volunteer opportunities. Plan an annual retreat. As you're thanking your team, thanking your employees, thanking them, this is the way to add value. This is the way to build a company where people want to work at. Again, my name is Ramon Ray, and this is the Rundown with Ramon. Get to know me better at RamonRay.com. Get to know our content better at zoneofgenius.com. Subscribe to our email newsletter. Let us know how we can serve you and make your life that much better. 5 common frustrations encountered in every new business. Few things they go through. You're the boss, but you don't have control. All the constituents have their own agenda. Persistent cash flow shortages, constantly bumping your head on the growth ceiling, conventional strategies that don't seem to work. Understand, as you start your new business, you're not alone in the frustrations that you will encounter. You're not alone at all. Wise woman chimes in again. I agree so much. We don't let people know how much they mean to us. We should do this on all sides of life. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Listen, I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Rundown with Ramon. As I said, my name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com, and this has been a special edition of The Rundown with Ramon. Be blessed. Have an amazing day, and thanks for joining us here on The Rundown with Ramon.